Hey guys, welcome back to the ESL Pro League. We've got now another match coming your way, or map number 2 between NaVi and Dignitas, with Dignitas currently sitting on a 1-0 lead. But Anders, the map, it's going to be Mirage. We were talking about before, one of our favorite maps out of the entire map pool. I am ridiculously excited to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, really good map, and also NaVi's favorite map, probably one of them at least. One of the best teams in the world are playing on Mirage still. Their map choice as well, so I mean, I expect to see a third map here. I think NaVi have
I hope so.
An overwhelming chance of beating Dignitas on this map.
We have so many good teams throughout the entire weekend playing. I hope we have as many best of threes, going 3 maps, and even overtimes that we could possibly have, because you never get tired of some amazing CS action. And I believe the knife round will be kicking off here in just a few seconds, so let's go and drop you straight into the game so we can see which team will be getting onto what side. And Anders, I heard a little something for the grapevine. You're trying to collect every karambit in the game, and you're eyeing that tiger tooth that Flamey has.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the moment that Flamey leaves his PC and his account logged in, and
I could just imagine you just sneaking away.
What happens on LAN stays on LAN, or sometimes it ends up in Anders' account. You never really know.
Do you name them after the people you take it from?
Kind of like collecting their souls, stealing their energy.
Yeah, stealing their lives.
I could do that. Actually, the tiger tooth one is really nice, and one of the ones I only have 2 of them, so it's a long way to go. But yes, I've decided.
We'll get you there.
But really, the one that I really enjoy actually is the Rust one. I don't know why the Rust ones. I really like the Rusty ones.
See, Rust and Stain to me were just kind of the meh ones. Like it's like oh, here's a gut knife. That's like, to me, that's what it is. It's the skin. But the Doppler is one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Doppler one is nice.
And the Marble Fade, I told you this before, but I'll say it again. It looks like a freaking popsicle. You know, like the red, it was like red on the top, white in the middle, and blue on the bottom. It looks just like that to me.
It's like, come and taste my popsicle.
We have a knife name now for you.
Well, let's try and keep it real. I try and stay away from sexual innuendo, but it's so hard.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just... Popsicles are delicious. Either way, NaVi going to be winning the knife round and going on that CT side. Dignitas on the T side. Let's go to the lamps again really quickly since we have a little bit of time here before this round does officially kick off. We have Edward, Guardian, Flamey, Season, Zeus on the NaVi side. And for Dignitas, MSL, Nico, AZ, Pimp, and Kierbu.
Oh, look at this. Guardian, he's so far up in the middle, and this is perfect. This is actually beautiful. Timing is everything right now.
They don't know
skill. No, we get spotted. Oh no, the timing's off, and now they're gonna actually probably lose the round. That's awful. That could have been so good. Flamey in the background, trying to fight it out. He gets a kill, and Edward does it as well. They're bringing it back. Edward with a great double kill, and he gets a third one. Finally, Flamey goes down, but what a comeback from Edward into this round. Completely stunning play, and now it's all on Kirby. He goes down. Quad kill from Edward. All of them headshots, and we missed pretty much all of them, sadly, but that was incredible. What a round here. That was the moment in the middle here where Guardian goes down. That's make or break, because then they lose the next player here. So the rush comes out of underpass. That was Guardian supposed to get the kill on AC, and it should have been their round all to start with. I can't believe it. What a huge turnaround.
With the way that round happened, it was just like Cobble, where we saw NaVi defending that B side on CT side. They picked up the first couple of kills. It should have been their round, and then AZ goes big. But this time it's Edward completely picking them off one by one with a quad kill. I think he got all headshots too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that gives NaVi the fantastic 1-0 lead. That pissed around that every team loves to have. But the push is coming towards A. There's only 2 men here to defend against this. Flamey, though, picked up the first, looking for some more. He will get dinged up, but he has Guardian to back up and Zeus. And that should be a quick shutdown. Bomb going to get planted. And that will be a lot of money. Oh, and even a kill coming for Kierbu.
Super successful round coming out on Dignitas. Way more than they should have had. The 2 kills and the bomb plant. Incredibly good investment coming out of them here. They didn't even buy a lot of body armor, I think. They just had pistols and a smoke.
They should be able to buy now. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, they can do way more now. They could buy, I mean, they could even go for an AWP if they wanted to on Kirby. So there's so much going on here, and they will. Yeah, Nico already being dropped that one. So very good start from Dignitas after losing the pistol. But I wouldn't be too worried. This is NaVi's home map. They're definitely capable of winning this one.
Oh, Guardian still has that scout, not going for the AWP just yet. Doesn't have the money for it. And they still have 4 men pushed up over towards the B side, leaving Flamey back alone in towards A. And it looks like Zeus will position himself over towards connector. But Dignitas looking for a nice little peek through the bottom of that smoke. And push. It looks like it will come in towards A, but Edward's starting to push up middle a little bit, so gathering some information.
And this is interesting. Normally, if you want to go for an A push, you're putting up smokes, but actually it looks like Dignitas are going to try and go in without any any signals. They just want to have Nico open the party here. Actually, AC will do that on Guardian. This is so hard for NaVi to deal with because they're waiting for the smokes and the flashes here. Now they know, but it might be a little bit too late here. Zeus with a good grenade from us, doing a lot of damage, and Flamey will finish off there and take out Pimp. So really good stuff from NaVi, still staying in this round, but Bomb goes down in a great position, planting open there instead of the default plant. So I love that from Dignitas, but they're still losing MSL and trading back and forth right now as also Flamey is going to fall down. Dignitas take the lead.
Edward and C's try to work together. Edward picks up the kill through the box there on Shadow, and he's able to secure a kill on the C's. Edward picked up another. Can he do it again for his team? He gets the kill on a Nico! That is a hat trick out of him, and he's going to get the defuse, taking NaVi up 3-0.
Yeah,
what a shot out of him again.
Some reverse James Bond going on. He's got 7-0 and 0. That is Edward is such a fantastically good player. And I'm not even kidding, though. If for anyone who's been like a dedicated Edward fan, I know there are a bunch of them out there. Following his career in Global Offensive has been like waiting for the moment where Edward became like he was in 1.6. Because anyone who's been watching Edward 1.6 will know that he has like a whole different ceiling that he's never really got into. And I'm not saying this is necessarily the moment, but some of this stuff here, this is exactly what people think about when they think about Edward. It's really great stuff. Guardian exploded in the window room, and Zeus is going to get rushed down as well. It's now up to Flamey inside this A-bomb site. Great headshots coming through. Look at this, dancing back and forth. He's got the pistol out as well, and Edward shows up to kill the double kill at the end and put himself at 9-0 and 0.
You know, I like how you put on Edward like that too, because another person that comes to mind when I think about that kind of situation is Neo on Virtus Pro. And at Katowice just a few weeks ago, he performed out of his skin like he used to do in 1.6.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
There are a couple of players that have made good trend. It's not like Edward's really ever been bad in Global Offensive, but you know they have that secret level. They have more depth to them as players than you see. So it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes not seeing it all the time. Flashbang in, a little bit mistimed, but you know, Edward's still going to creep in with the AWP here and pick up the opening kill on MSL. So it's still the double up setup, him and Guardian, like they had on Cobblestone, and they actually worked really well.
It did, and he's doing so well so far. Let's see if they can keep this pace up. You still have Nico with the op though, and Zeus kind of stuck in connection. Now they know exactly where he is, and Guardian, oh, if he's just a pixel to his right, he would have hit that shot. But there's still that man up. Ooh. And Caribou actually, I just want to point him out really quickly, rotating through Palace behind the team. And it looks like with the 3 men there on the CT side of NaVi, they should be able to stop him from doing too much. But Flamey does connect onto Caribou and Palace. And now Nico and Pimp trying to work in towards B. Look at that shot on Edward. Fantastic little bit of play. And that does open up the B site. C's still sitting on Catwalk. And C's will get the better of him. And now AZ is rotating around through Underpass. And now a 2-on-4. This is going to be tough to break through in towards this B site.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where if Pimp could have got the second kill on Seized as well, there would have been an opening, but now it's probably a little bit too late here. Unless they make big mistakes on the NaVi side, Seized not even going to take the jump, which would have been one of the risks here for him to have taken, but he's playing it so safely, and Flamey will pick it up. So let's say Seized jumps to get the information, and they are looking, and they get the headshot on him.
Yep.
There's an opening once again, but he's playing it like the most safe way you can. Flamey getting double kill, even better, obviously. So 5-0. We got everyone back on the server. MSL got disconnected, but he was already dead, so it didn't have an impact on the round. Luckily, that could be a really big thing. Edward, look at this, buying an MP7 in a round where he feels like, I mean, he should guess that they have weapons here. So just feeling confident in that weapon. We'll see if he's right.
Oh, I like to see him sport, you know, the recent changes to the submachine guns. Look, all these smokes being set in. Oh, the smoke being misplaced. They're not going to be coming upstairs. And it looks like they're just trying to get the bomb plant in. But they have guns. They're pushing straight in towards the side. Edward going for the flank. And Zeus trying to catch a couple of shots. But Guardian gets one. AZ respawns. And now Flamey inside of sight. Playing with the smokes. Yeah. He's been shot from so many different angles, but he hasn't been able to see anyone just yet.
Oh, look who's coming up from behind. It's Edward, and he's got the MP7. Gonna actually not get that kill. Flamey stolen and picks up a second one as well. MSL and Pimp, the last two people left here, and they can't stop that from happening. Seized and Zeus gonna pick up the couple of kills here, and the bomb. Yeah, there we go. Is being defused. So good job on NaVi. Great retake. 6-0. It looked like it was a good start from Dignitas, but they couldn't hold the bomb site, and it's actually one of the classic problems of the A bomb site. Like, on most bomb sites, the challenge lies in getting in and putting the bomb down. On a bomb site, my proposition is the big challenge actually holding the bomb site once you've done that. Because getting in and getting the bomb down, most teams can do that.
Well, we've seen NaVi playing a little bit passive too towards A, playing just for the retake so low, not trying to go for the hold. We've seen Flamey sitting towards Tollbooth quite a few times. And Guardian will not able to attempt a shot in towards middle. But Dignitas, they do have AKs in again. Caribou picks up one, but Zeus does respawn, and Edward's still sitting towards Kawak, waiting for anyone to push up towards that crosshair. And MSL's already made his way in through towards House. And that Molotov, ooh, that's going to block him off for quite a long time. But the bomb and Caribou have actually pushed over towards a ramp.
A good push there from Seized to pick off MSL. And it's a big loss to Dignitas. Not only are they a man down, but having someone in the ladder room in there, it makes such a big difference. Whether or not you execute A or B, that is such a central part of the map that actually even some whole tactics revolve around getting a guy in here early in the round and leaving him there until you find out where you want to go. So it's kind of a shame that that couldn't work out. Edward has snuck by Pimp up here. And not that it's going to make a big difference, because it's all going to come down to this A-bomb site. Pimp might be trying to fake B in a second, but he won't find anyone, so no one's even going to know that there's a fake going on. If Pimp could find a kill here, it'd be huge. But he can't, so I don't know. This is very sad.
There's no one there to kill, and he's like, guys, I'm in B. The bomb's open, or the site's open, and looks like the push will come in towards A, but it's a 2-on-4 because Edward's flanking, and right behind him, Guardian comes with the first kill. Zeus comes in with one, and now Pimp is like, guys, I had B site. Why don't you come plant?
He's on his walkie-talkie right now to his dead teammates, their corpses in the A-bomb site. So if you go close and you listen to their headsets, you can hear Pimp's voice saying, I've got B bomb site, guys. Come with the bomb. And they're all dead.
For some reason, I just thought of Metal Gear Solid of him just saying, Snake, Snake, Snake! As he's just asking for help. As they all do fall.
That's exactly what it is.
But NaVi, credit to them. You know, losing on Cobble 11-16 in favor of Dignitas, they are playing outstanding. 7-0 as we're into our 8th round. And they're showing no signs of stopping. They're reading to Solo. Edward on his rotates have been phenomenal.
And look at MSL. He's got the James Bond score going on. Although he did get disconnected, so let's not make too much of it. But still,
you know, he performed so well on Cobble though. On CT side, he shut down middle and long haul so many times. And it's tough to see him struggle on Mirage.
Yeah, this isn't one player right now that's making a big difference here for Dignitas. This is just NaVi playing really well at the moment. Kirby with a good opening kill there, but Zeus with a 1 with a 2, and then Flamey coming up and helping out just a little bit. Still a lot of damage being put in. This is the one thing that's going well for Dignitas, is they keep doing so much damage to the NaVi lineup, but they just can't win the rounds, and they're not going to win this one either.
He's gotten a quad kill before, but I'm in all agreement with you. Not really much he can do when he's got everyone around him. Oh, what a shot on the Flamey! What a shot on the Seas! Can he get the last man inside of sight? Zeus in a 1-on-1. AZ's come up big before. Can he get another quadra kill? And he's looking for it. 45 seconds to go. AZ gets it! What a play out of this man! That is insane! we both agreed. There's no way he's gonna do this, and he comes up with 2 quick kills, one after another.
Oh my, yeah!
What a play!
That is, I'm absolutely gonna surrender that one. Eat my words right there. AC stealing that one away, but it does highlight a very important point, which is there's no way that AC gets away with doing that unless NaVi play like they did. So they did try and fight him like one at a time, basically. So still, it's mind blowing. That was such a good highlight reel from AC. Really incredible stuff, and well, it shows you why Counter-Strike is such a fun game, even though you're in a situation that is, let's say, statistically, theoretically unwinnable.
Yeah.
You still somehow pull it back here, so very good stuff. Guardian with a good opening kill, gonna pick up the first one there on Nico. Seized. So put most of his bullets through and has to reload as they're coming in. They line up for him and he gets a quick double kill. Edward with the 1 kill and takes out MSL, and now it's AC back again, and this time I think they're probably going to respect him a little bit more, but he will pick up the 1 kill through the box then on Flamey. Really wants to get in and get the bomb down here somewhere, but
if he pulls this off again, I'm going to, like, eat my jacket. Oh, okay, Guardian does finally secure that kill, and AZ won't be able to pick up another quad. So, NaVi now 8-1.
It's not even a question of detracting from someone who is in a 1vx situation when you say that the other team has to make a mistake for that to work out. That's kind of the nature of it, and the credit we give to AC in that situation is that he's waiting for them to make that mistake. He's putting himself in a situation where if they make the mistake, he's there for the opening, and he did that every single time. So it's just really, really cool play. Zeus almost getting overrun. He will get overrun. Definitely should have got more out of that situation. Now Flamey, gotta be careful inside. He has to pick up a bunch of kills here, and he's there for the double. Edward coming in to help out with the double of his own, and we're at 9-1. And in the worst possible patterns. I mean, Jason, this is the thing that every Counter-Strike caster gets to repeat over and over. But this one win and then back to losing, it's so painful.
That bonus that you just completely don't get anymore.
Yeah.
It's tough, and if Dignitas loses this round, they should be on a save. And you know, I've been watching quite a few of these rounds, and when they pistols, they seem to get more kills than when they actually have guns. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but they're definitely struggling on Mirage. And I won't say this is going to be, you know, almost a game over, which is how it's been going for NaVi. Because I've seen some comebacks just in the ESL and Katowice offline, or the qualifiers for the offline qualifiers with Simi Puta actually just completely overrunning the other team, winning 11 straight. But either way, that's neither here or there. And that is Zeus kind of getting caught out in connection. Nice flash going to come in to buy him a little bit of breathing room. And so it does suffocate him eventually. You know, Edward again, the quick pushes, the quick rotates. He's going to come in right behind Nico and MSL. These should be free kills.
Yeah, he's found the bomb as well. Edward spotted the bomb back there. So like that's such a big thing now. Even if he didn't get those kills or just got one of them, it would have still been really devastating to the Dignitas lineup. Pimp, once again, he's got the B bomb side. He's taken it, but there's no one there.
You know, I really wonder, you know the whole saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me kind of thing?
Yeah.
This isn't the first time Edward's flanked them. This isn't the first time he's been aggressive and pushed behind them. And yet, Dignitas just keep not reading into it correctly or just kind of underestimating the power or the aggressiveness that Edward's really putting out.
I have a rule, an agreement with myself, Jason, that I never wanna say that phrase on stream because it always goes badly. Like whenever I try and say that.
Which phrase?
You fool me once, because it always ends up.
How does it end though? How do you?
It always ends up. That's what I'm saying. I always screw it up, so I just.
Okay. I thought it was just kind of like the cast or curse kind of thing. But look at this, the push coming at Dignitas towards B. Edward securing one, gets a second, and will eventually be taken out. But C's there to back him up to clean that one up neatly. 11-1 for NaVi. You know, I was actually gonna keep going and say "fool me thrice," but I didn't remember what you're supposed to say there, so I just stopped.
Well, I don't know. I can't build on that. I have no idea. I just know that and doing maths on stream is those
that
are like
never
the two
works
things
out.
that I don't want to do.
Like, there's nothing good that can ever come of that.
No.
Like, you get it wrong, you look like an idiot. You get it right, you look like a smug person.
Oh, AZ and Kebu, big opening here. Guardian trying to see if he can cover the crossover, but they wisely smoke it off and make sure that it's not going to be possible. Now, this should be a situation where it's kind of reversed. Unless Dignitas make big mistakes, they have already won this round. So, all they need to do is not screw this up. Seized, good opening kill on Kebu, but look at this rotation in from Pimp. This is big. The bomb plant means he can actually stop it coming in from middle. So this is the long play coming in from Pimp right now. And look at NaVi. They want to say, all right, we'll smoke it up and try and defuse in the smoke, but Pimp coming up from behind. Guardian executing Nico, and then goes down. Dignitas with a really well played round. And the bomb plant over here means they could have tried to come up from middle. The perfect plant is if you plant right here. And then we've seen this, and there's one team that did it over and over and over again, and that was Fnatic for a while. They would keep doing this where they would run someone in. The moment they'd planted, they'd just rush in, and then you come in the very last second and get the kill on the guy defusing. It's very, very cool. But either way, finally a second round from Dignitas. I think they needed a better scoreline than 11-4 in the first half to try and win this map. But the best they could do right now is 4 rounds, and I don't even think that's enough.
Oh, maybe they're already ahead, looking towards Cash as our third map. This is the best of 3. Oh, Gar, nice little peek coming in through the smoke. Doesn't connect the shot and does get naded down. Around 64 health, and another nade down to 19. And they have a great read on him. But again, Edward coming up big with the rotate through underpass. No one even watching the push in from B halls. And this might net him a few more kills. At least it does take the pressure off of Guardian.
Oh, almost running shot.
What?
He turns around.
How?
MSL?
You should not be able to pick up that kill. MSL should have had that.
Yeah, I don't know. Edward's on a whole nother level. He finally goes down, but he's got 18 kills in the first 14 rounds. Edward, please. And that play in underpass is just very, very unorthodox. It's people push underpass all the time, but then they push all the way up and actually go into the B hallways. Nobody
pushes from B halls into underpass.
Yeah, and then just kind of waits there right at the stairs. That's a little bit strange. Pimp goes down, should have probably got that kill. Leg shot onto Flamey, but there's no HD grenade to follow up, so Nico has to go in here. Still got 20 seconds left. Kirby with one big opening, but he needed that second kill. Now Nico's all alone here. 20 bullets in the Glock. Goes close, looks for Flamey, burst fire. He misses the first batch, but does hit the second kill there, and that's going to be it. Cease will finish him. So overall, it's going to be 12-2 here in favor of NaVi, and Dignitas have very little money for the last round.
You know, I don't want to put you on the spot with this because it's always hard to tell with just how teams can come back. But realistically, do you think there's a way Dignitas can come back from potentially a 13-2 score? I mean, it's always possible, but they have to pull something magical out.
It's always possible. You're absolutely right, but this is not one of NaVi's absolute best maps, and they're one of the best teams in the world at playing this map. Not just CT side, but T side as well. So I feel like saying no. This is one of those times where there has to be like a collective breakdown on the NaVi side. They have to just give up as a team for this not to work. Flamey, I think he thought he had that kill the first time around. Seized will go down, and Edward getting the cross kill there onto Nico. So still a great position right now for the NaVi team. Kerby puts the bomb down and then goes to die, leaving Pimp alone. This time he has the bomb site with the bomb, and they almost lined up for him there. The other times he's been without the bomb, but it didn't even matter.
I could just hear him ahead. Guys, we did it! We got there! We're finally in V! And then he dies like shortly thereafter.
Wow. Very, very cool stuff. 13-2. Can't believe that it was such a one-sided performance here. And Edward currently at 19-0-6. Very, very impressive stuff coming out. At the end, MSL definitely need a little bit more in this game from him, and also from Nico at the end there with 5 kills. So those two definitely need to do more. But overall, I think it's just down to NaVi playing extremely well. Right, and we should be back here with the second half going into it. 13-2 and currently in the 16th round. AC with a big opening there, taking down Guardian, who had the bomb. I don't think you can have a worse start as a terrorist, having the one guy alone with the bomb die and no one there to stop it or pick it up. They're going to boost up inside the window room, which is a great move. Nico trying to fight it here. Goes to charge, Seized, who has a Tech-9 that's almost asking to die, and he did.
For a couple more, though, and that will be Flamey coming up pretty big. And look at this, a 4-on-2 all of a sudden. AZ, he had the bomb the whole time, and he was calling for his team to help out. Unfortunately for him, they just fall by the wayside. They will have now Caribou rotating in from CT spawn, but Zeus gonna get the challenge, and Flamey does secure the last kill. That gives NaVi a 14-2 lead. And let's actually take a look at CSGO Lounge. 78% is the vote, or is the bidding in favor of NaVi. That's really one-sided in this best of 3. I would
say 78.
Yeah.
That might not actually be too far off the mark in my opinion, because it's a best of 3 game. Best of 1, I would have said hell no, but but best of 3, NaVi I think is a heavy favorite here.
We're going to the penultimate round maybe. Unless Dignitas can do something about it and pick up a couple of kills. But they do have pistols, they do have armor. And Caribou's actually pushed up through B halls, looking for maybe a kill onto C's, who's going to be right in his crosshair in just a few seconds. He turns at the last second for no reason. And that is C's picking up the kill there. And that should allow NaVi, with a man advantage, to most likely pick up this round.
Yeah, a bit of a shame, wasn't it, that he managed to look away like that. AC, though, will follow up on Flamey to get that kill, so...
I never tell AZ he can't do something.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeez.
We've learned that much today, haven't we?
He's going to rotate, looks like, over towards B. The bomb on Guardian going to be making its way through halls. Zeus and Edward pushed up towards Catwalk. And that great spot out of Nico, who secures the first kill onto Zeus. And AZ trying to get a return kill. He does get on Edward. He can't get seized, though. And now, just as quick as this round started, it's a 2-on-2 with MSL and Pimp up against Nicolil and the AK inside of NaVi. And that maybe should have been a kill, but MSL and now in a 1-on-1 with 31 points of health up against C's, who has 3 kills this round so far. And he does pick up the bomb with 20 seconds to go. And there should be a bomb plant. MSL now peeking out. Realize that the bomb most likely be planted. Picks up a gun, but he can't get the kill. And C's does put NaVi now on map point.
Yeah, and I think sadly Pimp actually, he should have definitely got that early kill when the guy walked out. But it was like one of those panic moments where, if you had a moment more to think about it, you would think that, okay, I'm just gonna headshot the guy a couple of times. But you kind of panic and you just, I don't know. That was a real shame, but. it's always much easier to sit in the background and just say that what he should have done.
Oh,
Always
of
in the
course.
game, it's a little bit
That's
more
why I like
tricky.
being a commentator. It's like I can say, oh, you should have done that. But, you know.
It's so much less stressful, isn't it? Good kill there on AC, and MSL, he's got the swag 7 in hand. Flamey, he might be dead already. Oh, the pellets not quite connecting there, and MSL charging in will go down to Flamey. Should have been a kill, I think. And then Kirby gonna drop as well. It seems like NaVi are pretty much on course to win this.
Oh wow, Edward and Nico just went right by each other. Oh, Nico, he's gonna have the drop on Edward. There should be a free kill. He does get it. That's a potential AK to pick up if he can get there. And Pip is still waiting towards CT spawn. They still very well could pull this off, but it's gonna be so difficult. And most likely in after situations, they fake out. And Glenn doesn't secure that one. And Nico all alone. And a 1-on-4 gets one. Looking for the next 3 to keep his team alive. To maybe keep their hopes for a 2-0 in their grasp, but Flamey will shut that down. And that means we're all tied up in this series 1-1.
That's pretty stunning, isn't it? From a 16-11 victory to Dignitas on Cobblestone into a 16-2 victory for NaVi on Mirage. So I mean, we did kind of advertise that this was one of the really good maps for NaVi, but there's a little bit more than I expected, actually. I thought Dignitas
I don't think it's going to be so one-sided.
No, not this much.
These are a little bit more balanced. But unfortunately, you know, Saad, I hate to point him out, but he did go 4-12. Didn't really have the same kind of performance he did on Cobble. He had just, again, I said it earlier on, but he had so many great plays in middle, but there he just couldn't get any momentum going.
Yeah, in terms of maps, I think we saw a couple of times here that one of the big struggles for Dignitas was even getting into the A-bomb side, they weren't actually able to hold the bomb once they were there. Yeah. The fakes they had, NaVi kind of over-rotated, but in a way that actually worked out for NaVi because that meant Pimp kept being in the B-bomb site with no one there to really help him. So it was a bit strange.
I feel so bad for him. He's just like, if I had the bomb right now, I could plan it, we could maybe win the round. I mean, again, Edward, really stand-up performance out of him. Just amazing flanks, amazing quad kill in the pistol round to keep their streak going.
Flamey at the end, I think, actually ended up top fragging in 21. So like, both him and Edward were really, really godlike. But I think especially Edward, that pistol round made such a big difference.
And it's just his aggressive play.
Yeah.
Like I can't iterate how important that was for NaVi to constantly know that, hey, they're not at B.
Yeah.
Or maybe Pimp's there, but let's just forget about him and just get the bomb down. I mean, either way, that means we'll be going to a third map. It's going to be on Cache. I'm super excited to actually cast this map. It's, again, it's one of my favorites. It's close to Mirage for me. But it's such a fun map to see how people are really creating new kind of things for it. So guys, we'll head to a quick little break. But when we come back, NaVi, Dignitas, one team will be picking up the win, and one team unfortunately be losing. Don't go anywhere.